Hello and welcome to the Pisces New Moon Community Call. These calls are so essential to tap into the celestial energies that are here to support us. And they are presented by Wise Transformation, LLC. We are two women intent on bringing elemental wisdom and feminine magic back into everyday life. I get to partner with the beautiful Bonnie Salomon in this endeavor. And my name is Judy Keating, and it's great to be with you, whether you're here live or on the recording. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of upcoming events. We're going to set sacred space. We're going to talk about the timing. I'm going to do what's called a CCT mini session, because with everything that's happening in the world, I wanted to try to uplift and offer some vibrations of peace to us as a community that we can emanate out into the world. And then we'll use the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle to give some ceremonial guidance for this new moon. And what we can do as individuals to work with the Pisces energy and to bring in, to up-level our sense of unity at this time of humanitarian crisis. And it'll take about 75 minutes. It may take a little less. I wanted to pad the time a little bit because the energy session adds in. And if you're listening to the recording, if things are going at all too fast, know you can stop the recording and continue to journal and get your messages. So let's begin. One of the things that I wanted to offer is I am teaching a class called Discovering the Map of Transformation, which is utilizing the crystalline consciousness technique healing modality. It's the first level basic professional training for crystalline consciousness so that you can use it. If you already use CCT, you can now use it with clients once you've had this particular training. This training not only teaches you how to do healing sessions, but it also introduces you to the world of charts and the multidimensional container that the crystalline consciousness in chart form can offer both you and your groups. So this is a big class, and it offers you the ability to use CCT in everything that you do. And the other thing is, on right after the spring equinox, I am starting another Path of the 21st Century Priestess Circle. And this 9-month lunar journey is very much in tune with everything that we teach at Wise Transformation, because we utilize the elements of earth, air, water, fire, and spirit to create a container so that we as individuals can dive into our own unique relationship with the divine. But we do it, it's a solo journey done in community. So having a circle of women with you is just so important. So details for that are at wisetransformation.com if it's of interest to you. Got a heavy-handed hand on my mouse today. So I'm just going to take a deep breath. And I'm just going to ask everyone listening to center your energies in your heart. Pull all parts of yourself into your heart center. And as you remember and as you return to the heart, we ask for support from the elemental forces of creation. Earth for grounding, for structure and form, that helps us to accomplish what we need to accomplish. Water, the power of love. The ability to stand clear, clean, and current in our emotional realm so that we can be of highest service to our own mission here on planet Earth, and we can be of highest service to our fellow human beings in this time of global crisis. And air, the power of breath, the power of vibration, the power of the realm of air that connects every human being. Air that we breathe out can be breathed in across the globe. So we just ask for support in the air realm, that our thoughts be of the highest vibration, that we utilize the air teaching of peace, and in fire, the transformation realm, the movement realm, the action realm. We seek what is true for us to take right action at this time. Whether it be in groups of people, whether it be in donating our time or our resources to help those in need, whether it be spending time in meditation, holding our loved ones close. Following our intuition. And spirit. The divine of our understanding, unique to each individual. We just ask for spirit to be with us, to be with everyone who is in need right now. To show us where we are unified, to give us evidence everywhere we look that we are truly one, no matter what is outpictured. With the help of these elemental forces, we turn now to the teachings of Pisces. So Pisces teaches us the importance of a compassionate heart. It feels the grief and suffering of humanity, and it responds with a loving, caring heart that heals. It's a deeply spiritual, intuitive, and psychic. It serves the world by dreaming the visions of a peaceful planet and selflessly helping others to create a better life. It can completely merge with humanity and the divine. It is water that knows no boundary. So we just ask that Pisces be with each person in our community as they listen to this call. That we start with compassion for self. And look for peace inside of us. That we bring calm and compassion for our humanity, for our frailty, for our mistakes. We just ask Pisces to help us with the deepest compassion for self, for our neighbor, for our fellow human being, for all the animals and living sentient beings known and unknown to us. We step into the web of Pisces, for we are all one. So having a spiritual life, Pisces is known as the Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva is the one who holds the door to ascension open so that everyone else can go and become ascended before the Bodhisattva steps through the doorway last. And because Pisces can be seen as such a compassionate, giving archetype, sometimes we confuse that archetype as not being able to stand up for themselves, or not being worthy of being paid, or not having a rightful place in terms of getting their own needs met. So today I just wanted you to check in and see if there's any old, outdated versions of this archetype that you might be holding that you need to release. And we'll have a chance to release any of that in an energy session that I'll do next. So to put on some music and just give you a few minutes to check in, to journal if you choose. But when you are in service to others, is there any version of that that is not honoring to you that you need to release? Just give you another minute. There we go. Just a reminder, if you need more time and you're listening to the recording, you can just pause here. But the next thing that I'm going to do is an energy meditation. And as today is February 28th, 2022, we know that there has been war declared between Russia and Ukraine based on the Russian actions. And that has caused a ripple through the world of some phenomenal love, support, and unity. And I just wanted to offer support to every member of our community, whether you're here live or listening to the recording, because depending upon your life experience or anything that you've suffered in your life, this can be a very triggering event, because it really is a big outpicturing of what needs to leave. So with that in mind, I offer from my heart to yours this energy session. When we do these energy sessions, you participate because you're holding positions on your body, your hand positions, and they're in support of the container that we're creating together. So I'm going to direct you, but you would want to put one hand on the center of your chest and one hand on your belly button when I ask you to do that. It doesn't matter which hand. And then as the energy moves down your body, I'll ask you to put one hand above your belly button and one hand below. And we'll move back and forth between those two hand positions. You'll notice that my hand will be up in the air. I'm actually holding your head and feet, and you're holding body positions in the middle. So at the end of our session, or the last thing that we'll declare, is a word mastery, which is a time of integration of the shifts and changes that have occurred. And when we do mastery, we put both hands on our belly button, one on top of the other. And we just hold that position until I say we're complete. So if you would participate with me, that would be very helpful in terms of holding an energy together. And I also want to give you a time in the energy session for you to have your own personal intentions. So you don't have to take time now and write them down, or you can, if you're listening to the recording, you can pause and write them down. But you basically want to just feel from your heart, what is it you intend at this time? When I ask for that, just allow those intentions to move through, and anything that is not in resonance with those intentions, let them leave. So we're going to do this session together, and the first thing I do is I set up our fields, which creates a unique and powerful container for each individual and for us as a group. And because CCT is a multidimensional modality, it doesn't matter when you listen to this recording, it still has impact. So I'm going to go ahead and set up our fields. I ask to place the vibration of opening in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the healing chambers in the appropriate order for this Pisces new moon, for this energy session, and for all the intentions of the energy session in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the vibration of your individual intentions in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the vibration of the 23 crystal vibrations, 11 universal needs and mastery in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask that you connect to the crystalline grids of the planet. I ask that you connect to the crystalline energy field. And I ask that we connect to and through the crystalline energy field. Now, if you put one hand on the center of your chest and one hand on your belly button, I invoke opening. Opening is an energy that allows us to connect with through our higher self and crystalline consciousness, that connection to where all the solutions live. Albert Einstein said, a problem cannot be resolved at the same level at which it was created. Opening helps us align with where that higher vibration lives that has all the possible solutions to what we're facing. So just rest in that energy. Allow it to move through you. Go ahead and move one hand above your belly button and one hand below. Just inviting this opening energy to move all the way through your light body, the core column of light down the center of your body. Go ahead and move one hand to the center of your chest and one hand to your belly button. I invoke one crystalline emotion healing chamber. Crystalline emotion healing chamber is associated with water and the emotional realm. This healing chamber can lift out anything that needs support in the emotional realm, anything that feels chaotic or afraid. And we're just going to rest here until we feel the shift. We're going to move our hands one above the belly button and one below, inviting this healing chamber to help us clear out any chaos in our emotional realm. I ask to anchor in the following intentions as stated. Each person's individual intentions. Just allow whatever you need right now and whatever you're intending at this time to come to mind, to come to heart, to come to your belly. Release the negative geometric configuration of fear, war, greed, separation, and patriarchy. Replace it with a positive geometric configuration of serenity, appreciation, support, and balance. Mastering New Earth Community. With 3 vector equilibrium healing chambers. Now, if you would, put both hands on your belly button, one atop the other. I invoke mastery. Mastery allows all the versions of you that are outdated to drop away. For you to step into the intentions that we had together and the intentions that you had privately, leaving behind anything that no longer serves. And stepping into this latest version, your highest iteration at this time. In the New Earth energies, so it is. We are complete. Thank you. Thank you for participating in that. I think it puts us in a good space for seeing what we can do in the Pisces new moon. So you might want to bring to mind whatever you're working on, and it could have to do with helping the people of Ukraine, but it doesn't have to. What are you focusing on right now? What is it you want to grow? What is it you want to become? What are you creating? So you want to bring that to mind. and make note of it so that you know what your intentions are for the new moon. And if you need more time, you can pause the recording. I'm just going to take a minute or two here for people who are here with me to make note of their intentions, what they're working on. People are finishing up, I'm just going to mention that we use the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle created by Lisa Michaels. We use the Oracle as a guide for us. If you're not familiar with the Oracle, it is a phenomenal source of inspiration using the elements. And if you would like to get a deck and you don't have one, you can reach out to me at judy@wisetransformation.com. And if you have a deck of your own, we always ask that you pull your own cards, but I pull cards for the collective, for anyone that might be listening that doesn't have a deck. And we always start with Earth. So Earth is the physical realm, and we are physical beings. So the card that I pulled for the collective was Embody Wholeness. So this is a question we're going to ask ourselves. What is the most loving thing I can be as a part of Earth? What does that mean? Could be world citizen, steward of Earth, and human made of Earth, or anything that you get individually. So if this question does not resonate with you, I invite you to just ask for your own guidance from Earth at this time. But this is the question I came up with for today. What is the most loving thing I can be as part of Earth? World citizen, steward of Earth, and human made of Earth. I'll put on some music while you ponder and journal. Michelle shared, I pulled body wisdom, so showing up each and every day, tuned into my body wisdom, will allow me to show up in my highest vibration for the collective. The body is an amazing resource of wisdom. True that, Michelle, true that. So if you need more time, you can pause the recording. And the card I pull for the collective, you can use if you want, or we encourage you to pull your own if you have them. But be with the most loving, what's the most loving way that you can be as a part of Earth at this time? And then Earth aligns with water in the feminine axis. And I pulled the emotional awareness card. And the question that came through today was, how can I better respond with compassion and an open heart? How can I better respond with compassion and an open heart? Michelle shared, I pulled ebb and flow, allowing myself to come back into balance will allow me to choose a response instead of react. This allows me to show up with greater compassion. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. So as we move into air, which is the mental realm, I pulled the focus card for the collective. What do I need to release to hold a vibration of peace? What do I need to release to hold a vibration of peace? Is our question for today. Michelle says, I pulled thoughts. So releasing thoughts that do not serve me and focusing on my desires that are for my highest good and therefore the highest good of the collective. This may seem like a simple thing, but one of the things I got was I need to release my breath, meaning I need not to hold my breath so much. That will bring more peace. Deep breaths, both actively receiving and actively releasing. Okay, we're coming up with fire. And I pulled the growth card. And the question is, what humanitarian action can I take today? And this humanitarian action could be with yourself. What humanitarian action can I take today? Michelle shared, I pulled sensuality, which is connecting with the pleasures of the physical and aligning that with life force energy. What a blessing to be alive. Even in times of darkness, there is beautiful light of life to experience. Very much so, Michelle. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. So as we move to spirit, what do I need to surrender to spirit at this time? And I pulled the life purpose card. What do I need to surrender to spirit at this time? Michelle pulled the desire card. Surrender to spirit so that I can hear my true desires from within instead of being pulled into the often busy and falsely flashy, false truth, external world of desires. What a great discerning statement. Thank you for sharing that, Michelle. So as we think about the messages that we each got from earth, water, air, fire, and spirit, we sort of come together and say, what do I need to make note of as a unified field message from Pisces at this time? How can I best utilize this Pisces new moon? It's going to be individual for each person. So take a few minutes and journal. So Michelle shared, let me make sure I get the whole message here. Through relaxing into the wisdom of my body and releasing thoughts that no longer serve me, I am able to ebb and flow organically and to hear my truth, my desires that want to manifest as my physical, mental, and emotional align for the greater good. Beautiful. Beautiful. So as you each get a unified field message from Pisces, working with this archetype of compassion, unity, oneness, the ability to feel deeply for the collective, for humanity, and to realize that we are all on this planet together. Whatever actions you can take, whatever practices you can do to amplify peace at this time are so needed. You matter, and what you do matters. So please do what's in your heart. We appreciate you being here, whether you're here live or on the recording. And just know that you can go back and listen to the healing if you want to again, the mini session. If it helped you, you can listen to it more than once. And for now, I'm just going to tell you that our next call is going to be Thursday, March 17th at 1 o'clock. And it's the Virgo full moon, the priestess archetype. And that's Thursday, March 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your heart. And I appreciate you being a member of the Wise Transformation community. Take good care. See you soon. Bye.